Hey guys, welcome back to another review. It is Fabu here, and today I'm going to be talking about a little game called Superliminal. It's a game that really caught my eye back when Sony showcased it at one of their state of plays a little while back. I know the game has been on PC since around August, so I could have played it. However, for some reason, I was just dead set on playing it on the PlayStation. So here we are, I've finally been able to spend a little bit of time with the game. And before I get too deep into what I think about the game, it would probably be a good idea to ask the question, what exactly is Superliminal? Developed by Pillow Castle Games, Superliminal takes the tried and true formula that so many walking simulators before it have adopted and follows it fairly closely to the T. Of course, except for the fact that the game is designed to make you challenge how the world works and question how you see it. Now, this is mainly accomplished through the player's ability to manipulate the size and placement of various objects, solely dependent on what the player's perspective of that item is. In other words, every time you pick up an item, for instance a giant door-blocking chess piece, you are then able to manipulate that chess piece to become way smaller than it actually is in order to open up a path forward. Honestly, this is a really fun mechanic to play around with, and while the game is supposed to only take roughly 2 hours to complete, I can confidently say I spent at least double that time because I was so enraptured in playing around with the physics and seeing exactly what I could accomplish with them.
Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
I was a little surprised by just how much variety was possible to squeeze out of this idea. Once you get comfortable making blocks shrink or double in size, the game wastes no time in throwing variations at you. New ways to reach goals that consistently push you to your limit. The feeling that stems from being able to play around with these ideas and concepts in an environment that was specifically crafted to encourage experimentation is honestly a blast. Every time I would walk into a new room, my first thought immediately would be, what is hiding in this room? And sometimes I'd be able to find that answer fairly quickly, but my favorite moments stem from those times where progression seemed impossible. My frustration would build up to such a level that I kept doubling down on solutions that I had already proven to be fruitless. At times I found myself stubbornly insistent that my actions should somehow work, unable to look past my frustrations with the game's often devilishly designed puzzles, to see what was often in plain sight. And the annoyance I experienced from the repetition of wandering around an empty, sterile hallway, unable to figure out what to do next, steadily grew into a raging inferno of frustration. But in the end, it's that click that makes it all worth it. That moment in which everything in the room makes sense. When you discover exactly how cheeky those guys at Pillow Castle can be. That is why I adore this game. Though sadly, the sense of discovery only lasts so long, because of the game's eventual breakaway from throwing puzzles at the player, in favor of conforming more closely to the formula of its walking simulator roots. What the fuck visuals become the emphasis of the game, transforming it from a quirky puzzle game into an experience that will do everything in its power to keep you engaged by being a gallery of spectacle and illusion. This is where the game truly lets loose and showcases exactly how creative the people behind it could be. While I was initially disappointed with this change of pace, I was never bored. I was eagerly pushing forward, not only because that was honestly the only option available to me, but because I wanted to see what the game had queued up next, and it was never a disappointment. Superliminal is a bite-sized experience that I can safely recommend to anyone who doesn't get extremely motion sick. Seriously, if you get motion sick, do not play this game. The game is a perfect showcase, a magical little tech demo, a declaration of what is possible with a little bit of creativity. Anyways guys, will you be playing Superliminal this week? Maybe you already picked it up on the Epic Games Store last year. What did you think? Do you like it? Let me know. I don't know if you guys know, but this is going to be a super exciting week in the gaming industry. Next Friday, we have a heavy hitters. On the Sony side, we got Ghost of Tsushima coming out. And then on the Nintendo side, we got Paper Mario and the Origami King. I'm stoked for both of those games, and I cannot wait to share what I think about them with you when I eventually get to play them. And honestly, that's not even to mention what's going on this week. We have a ton of conferences going on. We have Devolver Digital having a showcase tomorrow night, with Ubisoft having their Ubisoft Forward on Sunday. I'm so excited to see what the next generation of video games is going to bring us. Because honestly, goddamn video games are fucking rad. Make sure you guys are subscribing so you don't miss anything about what I have to say, whether it's about Devolver Digital, whether it's about Ubisoft. We have that Far Cry 6 leak that's going on. I am super excited to see what's going on with that on Sunday. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that. And you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.